So a Christian user by the name of Together for Peace has created a new video entitled The Greatest Threat to Christianity, in which he comments and adds to an article written by Josh McDowell, in which it is suggested that the massive societal drive to the internet in websites such as YouTube and Facebook is causing the recent growth of atheism in the United States and other Western countries. What Together for Peace adds is that the way our families are structured in this society are contributing to that great surge of secularism. Here's a clip from the video in question where Together for Peace makes the point that parents not spending enough time with their kids and not being immersed enough in the faith are causing kids to doubt their religion.
Parents aren't at home. Parents aren't spending time with their children. When they are spending time with their children, it's not in the way that is actually reflecting the beliefs that the parents hold as Christians. Christianity, by and large, Christianity for many families, not all of course, but for many families is nothing more than a social networking, gathering, social club sort of activity thing that they do on Sundays. The children see that Christianity for the parents is really just sort of a Sunday endeavor type of thing. The children see that Christians really don't care much about Christianity outside of when they go to church on Sundays. And so is it any surprise? Is it any surprise that many youth in America today, when they see the Christianity of their parents, they don't find it very, they see something lacking.
Together for Peace, I am a 14-year-old girl living in a Christian household. My parents are divorced, and my mom is a stay-at-home mom who practically spends every waking moment of the day with us. We haven't attended church in a while, but my mom makes it clear almost daily that she is renowned in the Christian faith and that God is responsible for all the spontaneous good things that happen in this world. If my faith was lost for any reason whatsoever, it was not my mother's fault. And I repeat, not my mother's fault. She did not contribute to my becoming an atheist in any way, shape, or form. She tried her hardest to make sure I was a devout Christian, in fact, but it just didn't work. It wasn't because she wasn't home enough. It wasn't because she didn't believe or worship hard enough. It was simply because I was open to new ideas, and when I found an idea that stimulated or appealed to me, I pursued it openly, until the point when I was questioning God and religion on a daily basis. I changed the way I thought, and my mom had nothing to do with it. Maybe in some families, kids are more affected by their parents' everyday attitudes and are more susceptible to adopting those ideas based on the criteria of what the right answer should be based on their parents and authority figures. But that was never the case with me. I was never that absorbed in one single idea that I wasn't open to new ideas. I wasn't processing new information that was given to me. If children are abandoning their faith, it's not the parents' fault. Or maybe it's not usually the parents' fault. It's not, I don't think it's anyone's fault. It's just kids being exposed to new ideas. It's nothing to be mad or worried about. It's just new ideas being presented to kids, and kids thinking about those ideas and concepts and developing their own ideas and concepts based off of those ideas and concepts and creating opinions.
To add to that, the fact that the internet now provides a venue by which everyone under the sun has access to your children, in terms of, your children, your youth, the youth of today have the means to hear every message, every belief, every opinion, every dissenting idea out there. And that, coupled with parents not being around, parents themselves being ignorant about what they believe and why, parents not demonstrating that they actually care about what they believe and why, creates a big problem.
And you know what, Together for Peace? I think you're right. I think you're absolutely right that new ideas being presented to children on the internet is a great way to get them to question the ideas that are handed to them on a silver platter at Sunday school. But here's my question to you. Why does that matter? I mean, aren't Christians always going off about how free will is one of the most important gifts that God bestowed upon us in the beginning? Isn't it good to use something we've been given and to question what we are told? Are you really saying that Christianity is being corrupted by the internet? Because I don't think that's it, Together for Peace. I think you're saying that it's faith that's being corrupted by the internet. And I can't see how you would perceive this to be a problem. Wouldn't you prefer that children question and have the choice to make up their minds about whether they want to be a Christian or a Muslim or an atheist, rather than blindly accepting what they are being told as fact? How could you be unhappy in a world where everyone has the right to choose what religion they belong, rather than having ideas force-fed to them by their parents and their devout authority figures? Because that's what kind of a society we lived in 40 or 50 years ago. A society where it was considered unthinkable to question, to consider all possibilities, to think about the issue at hand and come up with their own opinion. A society where were either a Christian or an extreme Christian. A society where atheists were considered deviants and outcasts of society, where there was no tolerance for homosexuality and some schools were still segregated. Faith leads to dogma, and to see the destruction of it, it's time to break mankind of its chains and allow it to soar. So stop defending faith, because by doing so, you're only contributing to the rise of dogma and the stunt of societal evolution.
Christianity should be something that actually defines you as a parent when you go home. It's who you are as a parent. It's what your children see from the moment you wake up to when you go to sleep. They encounter you praying. They encounter you talking about Jesus, not in some distant sort of way, but in some very real, vivid sense. Many parents don't have this. Many parents who go to church don't have this. I'm not at all surprised. I'm not at all surprised by the state of Christianity in America today and the fact that in the decades to come, Christianity will continue to be essentially become sifted. It will become sifted as it's been for the past decade or so, and what's going to be left is a sort of remnant of Christians in America, of parents in America, of families in America who say, yes, I really believe Jesus lived, was crucified, and rose again, and I'm willing to pick up the cross and follow him and abandon all the desires and all the goals that the world has to offer me, all the lies and all the deceit the world has to offer me. I'm willing to forsake all of that in order that I might have Christ as Lord of my life, and that I might demonstrate in my life through my words, through my actions and my thoughts and my speech, that I might be an example to my children. In all these things, they might see Christ in me, through me. And when I'm at home, I will teach my children about these things, and I will spend more time with my child than the TV does.
I can see the passion in your eyes. I can feel the sadness in your voice as you speak these words. You truly care about Christ. You care about your religion and its survival, and you're sad to see that it's growing weaker as society continues to evolve and accept and tolerate. I'm glad there are people like you. I'm glad that there are people who stand up for what they believe and what they care about. I'm glad that Christianity has such a diplomatic representative as yourself. You are a great voice. But I wish you could see that what you believe is hurting people. I wish you could truly know just how much pain people have to go through for what they believe and what their parents believe and what society tells them to believe. Because I think you're a great person, Together for Peace. I've seen that in your videos. I think your heart is in the right place, but that your brain is not. I think it's time that you and every other religious person on this planet embrace the truth and reject the delusion.